If a billionaire meets his ex-girlfriend at a bus stop, holding 4 children who look exactly like him, what she tells him next will change his life forever. Ethan loosened his tie inside the luxury car, his eyes fixed on a tablet filled with numbers. After 5 years abroad, his return to his hometown was supposed to be just another business trip, another company to buy, another deal to close. "Sir, there's heavy traffic ahead," said the driver. Ethan sighed. "I'll walk from here. The hotel isn't far." He stepped out, straightening his suit, scrolling through his messages. Then he heard the sound of children's laughter. He looked up at the bus stop across the street. A woman was trying to keep 4 little kids from running into the road. "Liam, hold your sister's hand. Emma, don't run." That voice, Ethan froze. It couldn't be. She turned around. His heart stopped. Sophie. She was thinner, looked tired, and her hair was different, but it was still Sophie, the woman he once loved and left behind. The children looked at him with curious eyes, and in each small face, Ethan saw something impossible to ignore: his own eyes, his own smile. He stepped closer, his voice trembling. "Sophie, are those your children?" She pulled them closer instinctively. "Yes, they're mine. 4 of them. Quadruplets. They're 5. Ethan felt dizzy. He had to lean on the lamppost. "Why didn't you tell me? You changed your number." "You disappeared," she replied coldly. "How was I supposed to tell you anything?" The bus arrived. She started helping the kids up the steps. "Sophie, please," Ethan begged. "Let me talk to you." She paused only for a moment. "Tomorrow, 8 a.m. Maple Street, 42. But don't be late." The bus doors closed, and she was gone, taking with her 4 small versions of himself. That night, Ethan sat alone in his hotel room, staring at the city lights. His mind replayed the past, the way he had chosen ambition over love. He opened his old photo gallery. There she was, Sophie, smiling at a cafe. He looked closer. She had been pregnant then, and he hadn't even noticed. Somewhere out there, 4 children were sleeping. His children. At exactly 8 the next morning, Ethan stood before a modest apartment building. The paint was peeling, and the stairs creaked. He knocked. Sophie opened the door, dressed in a cleaning uniform. "You came. You asked me to." The apartment was small but tidy. 4 tiny backpacks hung on the wall. "They're at school," Sophie said. "Now, what do you want to know?" "Everything." She pulled a box from under the couch and dropped it in his lap. "Here, 15 letters returned. Dozens of emails unanswered. I even went to your company. Your security guards sent me away." Ethan's hands trembled as he opened the box, proof of every attempt she'd made to reach him. "I didn't know," he whispered. "Of course not. You were too busy building your empire." "How did you manage all this alone?" he asked softly. "I had no choice," she replied. "I work as a cleaner now. It pays better than an office job when you have 4 mouths to feed." Ethan clenched his fists. "Let me help. I don't need your money." "It's not about money, Sophie. They're my children too." She looked at him sharply. "Now they are. Where were you 5 years ago?" He looked down, ashamed. "Please, I just want a chance to know them. She hesitated. Come back at 3, after school, but don't promise anything you won't keep. At 3 o'clock sharp, Ethan waited outside the school gates. The children ran out, laughing and shouting. Sophie approached, holding their hands. Kids, remember the man from yesterday? She said gently. They nodded. Hi, Ethan said, kneeling to their height. I wanted to see you again. Are you Mommy's friend? Asked little Gabriel. He smiled. Something like that. Inside the apartment, the kids played while Sophie made snacks. Can I help? Ethan offered. Can you make grilled cheese? Not really. Then sit and learn. He sat with the kids. Emma showed him her drawings. This is my family, she said proudly, pointing at 5 stick figures for small, 1 tall, with a question mark for a face. Ethan's heart tightened. Can I draw your face now? See? Ask it. He swallowed hard. Yes, sweetheart, you can. When the children finally fell asleep, Sophie stood at the window. You can visit them, she said quietly, but please don't disappear again. They've already lived 5 years without you. Ethan nodded. I won't. Days turned into weeks. Ethan learned how to make lunches, read bedtime stories, and even braid hurriedly, but the kids laughed anyway. For the first time in his life, he felt something greater than success. He felt home. At the park one afternoon, Sophie watched him playing soccer with the kids. How did you raise 4 children alone? He asked, breathless. I didn't have a choice, she said, watching them run. Some days I wanted to give up, but looking at them, I couldn't. I'm sorry, Ethan said, for everything. She smiled faintly. You already said that, and I'll keep saying it until I prove it. Months later, Ethan sat in a business meeting when his phone buzzed. It was a message from Sophie. Alice's school play starts in 30 minutes. Without hesitation, he stood up. Gentlemen, we'll continue this tomorrow. He made it just in time. Alice's eyes lit up when she saw him. Daddy, you came. After the play, his phone rang again, work calling. He looked at Sophie, then at Alessa's tiny hand in his. He turned off the phone. That night, as the kids slept, Sophie approached him on the balcony. You've really changed, she said softly. 82, I finally know what matters. I want to believe you, Ethan. But it'll take time. I know, he said, taking her hand, and I'll wait as long as it takes. For a long moment, they stood in silence, the city lights glowing below. Then Sophie whispered, I don't hate you anymore. Ethan smiled, the first genuine smile in years. It wasn't forgiveness, but it was a beginning. Sometimes life gives us second chances, not to fix the past, but to build something better. Ethan had chased fortune and fame, but in the laughter of 4 little children, he finally found the true meaning of wealth. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. See you in the next emotional story.